Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Craven Park for this Engage Super League fixture between the Crusaders and the Hull Kingston Rovers. Hull Kingston Rovers, of course, on the back of 3 heavy defeats, being nil in the last outing in the Millennium Magic game against St Helens. A lot to put right today then, but we're not going to talk about the last 4 or 5 weeks. It's been a while since we won. Fantastic win it was, of course, against the Warrington Wolves here at Craven Park. All of 5 weeks ago. Still, it's all about today then, and what could Hull do today? Can they turn it round? The season hinges on today for me. Quick rundown on the team then for you here today. Start with our visitors. Full back is Clint Lishkovsky. And you've got Gareth Thomas next to him, Vince Mellors, Reece Hambury, Gareth Raider. Welcome back, Gareth. Half-back partnership of Michael Whitney, the ever-industrious and very clever Jared Samet. Front row today of Ryan O'Hara, Lincoln Withers and Mark Bryan. Second row of Willa Havraki and Jason Chan. And your loose forward is Rocky Tremarchi. On the bench today, they're really trying me. Frank Winterstein, Adam Peake, Ben Flower and Peter Lupton. The coach for the Crusaders, of course, is Brian Noble, one of the top coaches in the game for me. Hull Kingston Rovers team today then. A few changes being put out due to the absence of Jake Webster. Full back, of course, is Sean Bishko. Then you have Peter Fox. Clint Newton played in the centre today. I don't see that being too much of a big problem. He runs out wide anyway most of the time. Chris Wallen back in the side, having missed 2 with injury. Then you've got Benke Kane, half-back partnership today. Scott Burrell makes a return to the half-back position alongside Michael Dobson. Front row, Mick Vella, Josh Hodgson and Joe Clinton. Second row, Bengley with Jason Netherton. And your loose man today is Leslie and Watts. On the bench today for Rovers is Scott Wilden, Ben Fisher, Reece Lovegrove and Matt Cook. The recipients of a new 2-year deal, of course, in recent weeks. Reece Lovegrove and, of course, Liam Watts. Great news for Rovers and the future of the club. But it's got to be said, it's about this season at the moment and how we're going to do today. There is a lot of rights to put right, a lot of wrongs to put right, but I'm sure Rovers will do that here today. I expect a positive performance from Rovers, and I've got to be honest with you, I expect a decent victory. I don't often say that, Dave, as you know, we have a little bet between ourselves, but today I think it's all about Hull Kingston Rovers and stamping that little bit of authority back into the Super League season. So it is slightly with bated breath in front of a packed East stand again with the shirt fluttering across there. Yeah, it looks like they've washed it actually, yeah, there's no marks on it. Robinettes are waiting, Mr Rudd's waiting, microphone in hand, ready to call the teams out. North stand are waiting too, a little travelling army of Welsh fans there. Good to see, it's a long journey, nice to see a few more men. In fact, to be quite honest with you, there's a few more men the journey there than Huddersfield broke not so long ago. West Ham filled out nicely, so you know, I was expecting the worst with the recent results crowd-wise, but it should be okay. Crusaders make their way to the field then, ready to get this game underway. Rugby Union convert Gareth Thomas there. Good players on this side. Jared Samet for me looks he's a clever little archer. It can be frustrating or sore here when he plays for you. He can be as crap as he is wonderful, shall we say. But he's that sort of player that can win you a game day at the drop of a hat. But this is what it's all about today. It's about the mighty Hull Kingston Rovers and how they turn up, what sort of stamp they're going to put on proceedings. Great reception for any considering recent results, but they deserve it. After all, the red and whites, you can't help but love them. Little mascots posing for the photo there with Captain Mick Vella. Sarah Smith becomes commercial manager, just running them off the pitch. Benke Kane getting a vociferous reception from the East Stand, and much deserved, being the only player, or one of the only players in the last few weeks to come out with any sort of credit, Dave. Massive art, not to everybody's taste, I know that, but he's still a good liker for this club. 100% and 100% ready white. When you say your hometown club in favour of you, the team you play for, that's a great move. Anyway, Michael Dobson gets the game underway. Crusaders then take that ball in. Big 2-3 man tackle from Rovers, but no real yards on that rampage forward there for Ryan O'Hara. Here we go then, Crusaders again looking to make some good yards up the middle to start this game off with. Can't really do so, again a 2-3 man tackle. Mark Bryant there playing the ball. Lincoln with us. Puts that ball wide. Tramachi can't really go nowhere there. He's brought down in another good Rovers tackle. Looking for an early 40-20 there. He just bangs it down the middle, separates the fullback and the winger. Briscoe onto that ball then, brings it forward. Gains no real yards, but the mandatory 10 from picking the ball up, and Dobson moves to off half. Good run from Peter Fox. Out wide then. Clinton it is, takes the ball forward. Here's an extra yard or so in the tackle, but he's brought down short of halfway. On that far side then, Bengalia. They sorely missed Bengalia. Rovers are a much different team with a Bengalia in the side than when he isn't. He's been messed about with a little bit there by the Crusaders player. Another good hit from the Crusaders, and Rovers just into the Crusaders half of the field then. Dobson puts boot to ball. It's a great little kick, it's going to stand up. Jared Sammett takes the ball well. What's he give? He's given a penalty, he says offside Rovers. Liam Watts is called out for the offside infringement. Takes the penalty, marks his back 10. Mr. Bentham, your referee today, of course, in his resplendent lime green costume. Looks somewhat like a load of snot, but we won't go into that. I thought it was a Bogovic snot. Sorry, it is lime green anyway. Yeah. There we go, boots that ball, just gains 8 or 9 yards. Not a lot really from the kick, but he's against the wind today. What wind there is. Here we go then. Crusaders take it into the Rovers half of the field through for Havarki. Again a strong Rovers tackle. Just stops Lincoln. O'Hara making any real yards. Well, that's a good offload, is that? Jason Chandler brought down on the back of a strong run. Chris Swanham and Bengalia, the antagonists, looked forward but not given. 4th tackle against the Crusaders then, just 25 metres from the Rovers line. Rovers need to stay big in defence here. Michael Witt, industrious player Michael Witt, very clever with his feet. There we go then, Witt again, sticks that ball straight up in the air. Thomas tips it back. Don't know what he's going to say there, he's going to say knock on, last tackle, handover, head and feet to Rovers, not head and feet, of course, last tackle, so it's just a straight handover on that far side. Also into that half. Clinton tries to pick the ball away from his own line. Force backside, offload to Briscoe. Briscoe sees a gap, goes for it, ducks that head. As he famously known to do so. On the 20 metre mark then. Messed about a little bit of game by the Crusaders players. Liam Watts on that far side, surges forward, gains 8 or 9 metres before being brought down in a two-man Crusaders tackle. Benke Kane looking to go through, nearly does so too. East Stand obviously seeing something he wasn't happy with. Scott Morrell in the position I think he should be played in this season, which is stand-off. Mick Vanna charges forward. 4th tackle against the Rovers. Oh no, it's last tackle, it is last tackle. Dobson, what's he going to do? Well, much the same, really. Sticks the ball for the middle and it'll go dead, I would assume, unless it bounces back nicely. It does so. Oh, he needed to be tackled there. There's a chance there to get him in the ball, in the goal there, but they never did. Sikowski there just made his way out the dead ball there in a really good manner. Gareth Herder takes a run 10 yards up the field, and Crusaders coming away from the roll line, Dave.
Yeah, and an interesting start to this game, both sides just feeling each other out, so to speak. I won't repeat what Mike said. Was very tempting comment to make, but we won't. Meanwhile, Crusaders making their way up out of their own half, getting nearly to the halfway line on the 5th tackle. Jared Sammett gives the ball out. Witt just gets his fingers to it and knocks it forward. So it's going to be a Rovers head and feed on the 40 metre line, 10 metres inside the Crusaders half. Oh, he's given, Mr. Bentham giving offside against the Crusaders, so it's a penalty. I got it wrong. Not often I get it wrong, but when I get it wrong, I do. But today, for me, it's all about Rovers winning. Don't really care how they do it, but we do need a win. 3 bad results But I don't think we should be panicking too much, so, because let's face it, when confidence is low and you've got injuries and things like that, there's no worse a team to play than St Helens, like we found up at Murrayfield. Joe Clinton bursts through and gets inside the 20-metre line. Rovers 10 metres out from the Crusaders try line. Dobson gives it out to Briscoe, gives it inside to Clint Newman, and Clint Newman goes in for the try. Lovely passing from Hulkinson Rovers there. Clint Newman did really well to hold on to the ball. He nearly lost it. I thought he was going to lose it. Keeps on to the ball and goes over the whitewash for the Hulkinson Rovers' first try for, well, it must be, trying to think about it, probably about 120 minutes, I think. Certainly been a while since we've seen a Hulkinson Rovers try, and it was a very good try. It's very well taken. Some good interpassing between Michael Dobson and Sean Briscoe. Clint Newton running in on the angle. Took the ball really well. I thought he was going to lose it. Managed to keep hold and burst through and gets it over the try line. Michael Dobson now with the conversion. I'm going to be cocky here. I'm going to keep hold of it. I'm that confident Michael Dobson's going to get this. We can tell you straight away. Michael Dobson lines it up and gets the conversion. So early on in this game, just 7 minutes gone, Hulkinson Rovers hit the front with a converted try. 6 points to 0. Just the start Rovers needed. It's what Rovers needed. Having had, as I say, 3 pretty terrible results. Huddersfield just weren't at the races. Bradford just took them apart at Odsal. I was there. Poor performance. And then Murrayfield, well, we won't talk about that one. That's it. Peter Fox runs that ball back in, gets 10 yards. Does quite well. Good tackling there from the Crusaders. Moved up very quickly from the kick-off. Lovely passing there from Rovers, and Mick Vella just takes the ball and is dragged down by Witt. Going wide, and Chrissy Williams through the gap. Here's a great pass from Bengaluru. He's got people on the inside, and Sean Briscoe passes it on. The back kick is going to finish it. What a great try from Hulkinson Rovers. Who says Hulkar can't go the full length of the pitch? There is great passing. Rovers keeping the ball out, keeping the ball alive. It goes out wide. Bengalia, great pass to Chrissy Wellham, who bursts through into open space. He had the wits about him. He had Sean Briscoe in support. He had Benke Kane on the other side. He gives the ball to Sean Briscoe. Sean Briscoe takes the ball in. He realised he was going to be caught, and Benke Kane in support goes over. Great try from Hulkinson Rovers. And you always hear Phil Clark saying about good sides need to score full length of the pitch tries. Second tackle, full length of the pitch. Maybe Phil Clark's got something in that, because maybe Rovers are now starting to think, yeah, we can play rugby. That's two tries in succession, mate. We're blessed, obviously.
Yeah, we wish. Yeah, it was good that he had the wits about him. That's perhaps he has Sam on his mind. Sorry. Dobson bangs over the extras, then makes it Hulkinson Rovers 12, the Celtic Crusaders 0. Well, sorry, not the Celtic anymore, it's just the Crusaders name, isn't it? The Crusaders 0 here at Craven Park after just 9 minutes of the game. Yeah, we'll call them the Wrexham Crusaders. We'll put them Rebels there. Wrexham Crusaders. The Wrexham Rabbits. I like that. Crusaders get us underway again then with a towering kick to that left-hand corner. Dobson takes it safely enough. Joel Clinton receives the ball from Dobson. Marches forward. Oh, he's looking to offload that ball. The Owl down was floundering. Still, fish wasn't there. Liam watched them parallels his way to the 20-metre mark and just over it. Strong lad for a young kid. They're going wide again. Every opportunity they get, they're going wide nice and early. Bengalia pops through. Just can't offload that ball. Benke Kane, and he'll be full of it. So he should be. He says, play on, Mr. Bentham. No, he says, play the ball. Vella. running well in the early parts of this game. Last tackle against the Rovers then. Josh Hodgson just slips on kicking. Never mind, sometimes them bad kicks can go for you. Can't let him. If he gets away in space, he'll make you pay it. Still, he's brought down. Looking for the penalty there is Pitsikovsky. Won't get it. There's a mess up waiting to happen there, isn't there, with that name? There really is. Thomas there just pops one on the back of his friend to another player. But he wasn't given for obstruction. Oh, big tackle there from Joe Clinton. Jared Samet looking to go himself. Drops his shoulder. Runs into Scott Morello, who's not known for going backwards when run at. Plays the ball in Samet. Oh, they're backing off a little bit there, Rovers. Played the game really well there. Scott Morello knew he was offside, just stuck his chest out. Yeah, it should be okay there. There's nobody to go to there. Briscoe takes it safely enough. Got to look to come inside the field of play. Drops his head again towards the knees of the oncoming players. Famous for doing so. He's had more bandages around that head than, well, missed the bump. Rovers then coming away from their own line. Long way to go to score from here, but prove they can do it in the early parts of this game. Clinton again looking to break the hard yards. 3-man Crusaders tackle, make sure he gets no further than the 12-metre mark. And the goal left at the first opportunity, wide at the first opportunity again. This time Benke Kane went and truly met in a 2-man tackle. With a penalty there against Crusaders, hands in it to play the ball. Charlie milking it, but that's the way you do it. Happens to us often enough. Captain there just coming forward to have a word. Referee says, go away, Mr. Tchaikovsky. We don't want to speak to you. Tchaikovsky, he said, I'm not talking to you. So Hodgson taps the ball inside. Morel feeds it to Clinton again, running that ball really well. Eager for work. He said he'd get fitter the more he plays, and he has done. Looks a lot more streamlined than when he first come. Vela with a bit of opposition in that front row now then, because Clinton and Vela take things personal, want to outdo each other every week. That's good for Rovers. Dobson, ooh, slips with his hand and Neil Watts offloads it. Yes, he does. Josh Hodgson takes the ball, does really well to hold on to it. It passes into Dobson. Dobson sneaks in under the post. So fantastic. It's a kill handed in there from Rovers and Mr. Benson. Does indeed give the try into the post to Michael Dobson on the back of some great handed in there from Josh Hodgson, who could have dropped it quite easily. Grabbed through it, just swiped it in the last attempt, and I think the Nelson goal is just to pop it to the left hand side to Dobson, who steals it into the post. Great try from Rovers, then brings the score to Hull Kingston Rovers 16, the Crusaders 0 after just 14 minutes of play. Dobson with a kick to come in front of the post. Some great play there from Rovers there. Don't you just love it when they see him play like that? It makes a mockery of how we've seen him play in the last 3 games. What it is, they seem to go away and think, well, we'll sit back a bit and see what you've got. You've got to play their own game. It proves it. When we finished 4th last year, we went many in the away ground, Saints included, and played our game. And when we play our game, it doesn't matter what the opposition do, we're good enough to stay with them. And even if we get beat, it's in by 40 and 50 there.
Got to say, great start by Rovers as Michael Dobson gets a conversion. Hey, that's the second time I've had a conversion attempt and he's got it over. Maybe this is the changing season that we're looking for. This could be the game that gets us going again. As Mike quite rightly says, when Rovers play the game and have quick passing, to be honest, there's not many better teams than us when we do that. When it's a quick interplay, support play, that's the most pleasing thing today. The support play has been absolutely excellent. Just goes to show that in Super League though, if you're off by a little bit, you'll get beat. And that's what we found as well. As Jason Netherton carefully watches that bouncing ball. I always worry when I see that ball bouncing because we all know with the over ball it can go absolutely anywhere. Joel Clinton wisely keeping all that ball. He was looking to offload it again. Hodgson gives the ball out wide to Scott Morel, and Scott Morel just takes a tackle, gets a few yards. Dobson gives a ball on to Newton, who offloads it nicely to Jason Netherton, who shrugs one off and gets a couple of yards there. Rovers looking to burst through at any opportunity. It's a big kick into the wide open spaces from Michael Dobson. That could bounce anywhere. Gareth Thomas just collects the ball and he's absolutely mullered for his trouble. Great chase from Hulkingston Rovers there. Gareth Thomas picks up the ball. He covered it quite well in the end, but got absolutely mullered by the chasing Rovers pack. Crusaders under a lot of pressure in this early part of the half. Just 15 minutes gone. Jason Chan, good player Jason Chan, very solid, always gets the yards. Crusaders not afraid to throw the ball about themselves, but it's the 5th tackle. See what they give. Witt gives the ball on to Samet. Samet goes for a little chip over, but he stumbles as he does so, but it bounces back to the Crusaders, and there's gaps on this near side for Crusaders to exploit. Great offload, kick through from number 8 from Ryan O'Hara, but great covering defence there by Chrissy Wellham. Chrissy Wellham, glad to see him back in the side. We did miss him. Rovers just getting back behind, and there's another penalty against the Crusaders for offside, and that's two penalties against Crusaders, the Wrexham Crusaders as we're going to call them. Silly play from them. I mean, not long ago, just before the 3rd try, they had Rovers deep in their own half, in their own 10. It's a 4th tackle, and they gave away a penalty then, and they've just done it again. They had Rovers under a little bit of pressure in their own 10. Some silly play. Good penalty again from Michael Dobson. Gets 20 yards. Mick Vella gives the ball on really well to Michael Dobson, who gets mullered for his trouble by Wella Havaki. Liam Watts revelling in the loose forward role, looking to offload at any opportunity, but Wisey just keeps hold of the ball on this occasion. Hodgson looks to see what's on, has a duck and a weave and a bit of a dive, and just gets a few yards. Briscoe, the dummy half, gives the ball onto Michael Dobson, who gives it inside to Jason Netherton, who is absolutely crunched by Reece Hanbury. Vella runs strongly on that one. That's what we like to see from Mickey Vella. Running quick, running strong. It's the 5th tackle. Little kick over from Scott Morrell. That could go anywhere, and Gareth Thomas has lost it, and it's going to be a dropout. Gareth Thomas lost that one, but managed to just tap it down dead. For Benke Kane went for the try. It's going to be a dropout against the Crusaders here. Good little kick from Scott Morrell as Joel Clinton comes off after a good stint. Reece Lovegrove joining the field. He just signed a 2-year extension. It's a big dropout. Joel Clinton talking to Jolly FM there. Reece Lovegrove first touch of the ball and drives it back to the halfway line. Rovers lost a bit of ground there. The ball spinning and bouncing, and nobody really got on the end of it. A bit of a horse ball pass to Mickey Vella. I always prefer to see Mickey Vella running onto the ball at pace. The ball from Morrell to Gillier, who gives it on into space. Some good interplay, and Benke Kane just trying to kick the ball through. It was a half-decent attempt. You could see what he was doing, but unfortunately just didn't quite get connection on it, and it's a knock-on against Benke Kane there. But good play there by Rovers, some good passing, going out wide, and Crusaders still quite deep in their own half here, Mike, and it's been a good half of a half, really. Good 20 minutes here from Rovers. It's what we've been crying out for, to be honest, isn't it? After the last 3 results that we've had, where we just haven't turned up, and this year in the Super League, if you don't turn up, you're going to get beat, and chances are you'll get beat quite royally, which is what Rovers have found to their cost recently. But good start, good solid start, good defence so far without putting the mockers on it. Let's just hope we can keep Crusaders down here, keep them in their own half, keep them under pressure.
Yeah, that's what it's all about now, isn't it? Keeping them out of it, keeping that momentum that we've created within the first 20-25 minutes. Just got to stop offloads like that. Jared Samet, great long pass out there. Gareth Fraley, great offload, it must be said. Just Brought down long. Looks to be a forward pass there. Still Adam Peake take the ball in well and went to ground. Last tackle against the Crusaders then. Jared Samet. Michael Witt. Dangerous play with ball in hand. There's overlap. Charlie just jumps in there. Hand over there. Great tackle from Charlie on that far side. Benke Kane, of course, to give him his proper name, just for you fans that, you know, I just watching these DVDs and newcomers to Rovers. Briscoe nearly gets through the tackle there. Again, ducking his head as he does so often. Ben Fisher making his way onto the field for young Josh Hodgson. Had a great first spell as Josh. Bit of attention there on the far side for Chris Wallen. Gets the thumbs up there. Oh, he's there. Chance was there. If he was somebody on his shoulder, Scott Rowe was looking for somebody to pass to. Ben Fisher, wily old player, runs directly at the markers that wasn't stood square. They didn't fall for it though. Big fella runs, that's how he's best, running forward, struggling forward. Last tackle against the Rovers end, some great yards made in that set of 6. Again, that left-hand corner's hammered with a ball. Gonna have to play it again, it's Tchaikovsky, and does so. And again, Benke Kane chases one and tackles his man within 3 metres his own line. Rovers then bigging up in defence, looking for that error from the Crusaders. Gareth Thomas. He's brought down, just 6-7 metres from his own line. Round of applause in the West Stand for Josh Hodgson returning to the dugout. Much deserved. Great tackle from Rovers. Samet. So nothing past that really. Clint Newton brings down his man. Winterstein's hammer to the ground. Big lad is Frank Winterstein. Watching over there. Obstruction referee went round behind him. In any other game, in any other time, that has got to be obstruction. Now it's a knock on and the stand are shouting. But never mind. Briscoe then moves into position, takes the ball well. Himself needs a big game after recent events. Peter Fox taken out without the ball. Briscoe's lost it in the tackle. Directly on the halfway line. Great shame there from Rovers, just on the front foot still. These things happen. Bit of singing there from the Welsh. It's great to hear, and I mean that. It's good to see some fans coming down from Wales, because when it was in the South of Wales, Dave, as we know, there was nothing here, wasn't there? Good to see. Samet is then, that'll feed the ball into the scrum. Yeah, like that. There you go. Front row feeds the scrum into the front row then, and Chris Wallen meets his opposite number on that far side. Again, Chan takes the ball forward for Crusaders. It's a high tackle that. Mr. Bentham's over Wembley and Watts just says keep him down son. Bit high with it, 7'4" I think. Fair enough, his head did seem to drop back in the tackle there. And Scott Wilder makes his way to the sidelines in what I would think would be a replacement for Mick Valla. It's up to Rovers now then to try and keep the Crusaders out. They haven't really had a concerted set of 6 on their own line yet to defend. It'll be good to see just how well they can do it as Champ drives to the line on the first tackle. Can't get there. Brought down by Benke Kane, short of it. Michael Witt. Industrious play with ball in hand. This time doesn't really create anything. Adam Peake stopped. 4-5 metres short eventually from the Rovers line. Captain Vada there just having a little mess about. Well, there's a man for a man there. Oh, Jared Samet looking to go for himself. That's a great pass out. He's going to go to ground with that ball. Is that a knock on? No, I've seen something, I think. He's going to say, was that a knock on? He's going to say, no, I think he's grounded that, Phil. So he'll give the try, I think. Yeah, it's a try for Crusaders on this left-hand side in front of their own fans. Good pass from Samet. Winterstein, I think it was, just taking that ball and going directly for the floor with it, which is what you're supposed to do in them situations. Winger closing you out towards the touchline, and you're going to go to ground. He scored it well.
Yeah, decent try there from Crusaders. I was waving to Mike and saying they've got numbers on this side, and a great pass from Samet out to the winger, and he finished it well. But I've got to say a little bit of credit to Mr. Bentham there. He didn't immediately give it. He saw the ball bobbling and bouncing away, and he checked with both in in-goal touch judge and a touch judge before actually giving it. Credit to Mr. Bentham there. It's not often we give referees credit, but he wanted to make sure, double-check it. So you stand, sing a special little song there for Mr. Rayner. I have no inkling what that song could be. As Witt lines up the conversion attempt, we can tell you straight away if he gets it. Hopefully not. Witt doing his Johnny Wilkinson bit. Strides up, takes the kick, and that's wide. So the scoreline here at Craven Park after 26 minutes gone is Hulkinson Rovers 18, Wrexham Crusaders 4. So the first little half chance Crusaders have had, they've actually scored. Let that be a warning to your Rovers. You're going to have to make sure you keep the pressure on. No silly errors, no silly mistakes as Crusader players getting in the way of each other there. Good chase from Rovers there, and Crusader player is dragged down just shy of the 10-metre line. Rovers just trying to concentrate and keep the defence nice and tight. Keep Crusaders down in their own half as much as possible. Good strong run there by Adam Peake. Jason Chan running strongly as he has done all half. Gets a good 7-8 yards there, does Jason Chan. Rovers just start to stand off them a little bit in this set of 6, which isn't probably the best thing to do, but it's the 5th tackle. And you can see that penalty coming from a mile away. Whereas Mike was screaming to Liam Watts, get off him, and it's another silly mistake there from Rovers. They kept Crusaders in their own half, and it was the 5th tackle. That's what is known as a killer coaching manoeuvre, that. Coach killer, thank you, Mike. Get my teeth in, get my words right. Coach killer, that. 5th tackle, and you give away a penalty. Silly mistake there from Rovers again. Gives Crusaders a bit of joy, a bit of daylight. Pete gives that ball on really well to Witt, and Witt's bursted through the support there, but that was forward pass, very clear, and credit to Mr. Bentham again. He was positioned absolutely perfectly. That should have been a try. Witt burst through. He saw Briscoe coming across. He gave the ball to the inside to Havaki, but Havaki was in front of him when he passed it. Rovers get away with it again. It was a get out of jail free card there, courtesy of Mr. Bentham, but Bengalir's bursting through. There's some support there if he looks round, but takes a tackle. And Rovers looking to turn defence into attack, and there was a bit of a challenge going in there. The stand saw it. Not really sure myself what it was. Jason Netherton burst through. He's got Liam Watson support. The support inside, and Michael Dobson goes in for the try. Great try from Hulkinson Rovers. It really started with Bengalir's burst through it in the first tackle. He got 25 yards, and the ball quickly goes through the hands, and Jason Netherton bursts through, and there's some great interpassing. Michael Dobson in support, and again Rovers going more or less the full length of the pitch to score a great try, having just got off the hook with one of their own. Really, Crusaders should have scored. It was a daft pass from Witt, sent it forward, great position from Mr. Bentham for a resulting scrum to Rovers on their own 10-yard line. The ball goes to Bengalir, who got 25-30 yards, and quick interpassing, and Jason Netherton bursts through, and some great passing and great support, and Michael Dobson takes the ball in underneath the post, and it's another try for Hulkinson Rovers. Great to see. Having just been on the rack themselves, have gone promptly up the other end of the pitch and scored a great try. Another conversion there for Michael Dobson. That's the 3rd one I've had. 3rd one, Mike. Maybe times will change. Maybe I should keep hold of a mic when it's a conversion attempt. So the scoreline here, Hulkinson Rovers 24, Wrexham Crusaders 4. Great stuff here, Mike. 10 minutes to go in the first half. so we can keep it up. Just want to see Rovers cut out the silly mistakes, the coach killing mistakes, where giving away penalties on the 5th. Want to keep Crusaders down in their own, keep the pressure on them. We could get a really good scoreline here, make some difference to our points difference in the league as well.
That's what I'm hoping for now. If I'm honest with you, I'm hoping to push on and take it to that next level, which other teams seem to do against us. But we're struggling it. Our Crusaders at the moment. Penalty there to Rovers. He's going to work with the captain shortly, I would have thought. Scott Wheeldon there just falling backwards after a massive push there from the opposition. Well played, Scott Wheeldon. Milk it for all it's worth, lads. Could do it was going to get onside. Oh my word. Just for a second there, I didn't think it had 20 metres gain then from Michael Dobson, just proving that he can put a bit of length in it. Jason Everton with first tackle for Rovers then. Bit of a move on here, you can see it. Scott Wheeldon. Great move. Tackle. 35 metres from the Crusaders line. Here we go then. This is that move that we saw. We could see it. We could see it being lined up. Briscoe. Out to Wallham. Wallham. Oh, he runs well, there's young Wallham. It's only his tackling sometimes that just ever so slightly lets him down, but Clinton running that ball in really well there. 15 yards from the Crusaders line. A couple of tackles left for the Robins. Can they make him pay again in this first half? And what is last tackle against the Rovers then? Dobson got to kick it along the floor, does so. That's a 20-yard tap, just run dead. Not enough angle on that kick really, Dave. Kicked it straight towards the dead ball line and it beat the players that was chasing to put it down. Joe Clinton indeed. And Scott Wheeldon being the two players that were chasing the ball forward. Nice to see. Crusaders tap that ball then. 3-man Rovers tackle, bring him down before he makes 10 metres. Up to the 30. Oh, nearly away then was the Crusaders player. Reece Ambry it was that looked to go through the gap. Pedal up to next old player. What's he going to give there? Not stood square, the markers. This is what Justin's on about. I don't think that's going to find touch, you know. Well, I don't know what Peter Fox was doing there. He could have just knocked it back. Some great yards made there, which proves actually that the wind, if any, seems to be in the Crusaders' favour, which makes the scoreline all the more impressive. Still, at the moment though, it's Crusaders looking to score. Peake passes that ball on really well. Ooh, big tackle there from Briscoe, is it? No, Bengalia. Oh, he had to go out the line, he came out the line well. That's alright if it pays off. Oh, he's looking for his second try in rugby league against Gareth Thomas. Can he get it over the line? No, he just can't get over the line there, Gareth Thomas on that far side. Michael Witt passes that ball out long. Adam Peake's met well. Dobson shots the ball off the intercept. It's going. Can he go all the way to the line? He's got 50, 40, 30, 20 metres to go. They're not going to stop him from there. Michael Dobson steams in under the post for what is his second try. And the third full length for the field try for the Rovers today. Is that his second or third? Second try for Dobson then, looking to get that trick out. Some great rugby from Rovers. You see that ball a mile away though, he's in the air for a long time coming across to the Crusaders player. Michael Dobson read it superiorly well. Stole the ball and went all of what, 17 metres there. Showed some great pace. Steeled under the post. Great try from Rovers, Dave.
Yeah, great read there from Michael Dobson, who says he can't defend. He saw that ball just hanging in the air, he could see what was going to happen and he was on it like a flash, and from being inside his own 10-metre line, full length of the pitch, and he left the covering Crusaders defence for dead. Another great try for Ilkeston Rovers, and it's what we want really. I just want Rovers to cut out the silly penalties, so I'm not asking for too much. Am I being greedy? I don't think I am. We need to have the defence on top and cut out the silly mistakes as Michael Dobson gets another conversion. That's the fourth conversion that I've commentated on. As many regulars will know, normally when it comes to conversions, it's historic, it's kind of like a lucky omen thing, that superstition, call it what you will. Normally Mike takes hold of the mic when it comes to conversions, but today we're kicking that into touch. I had an inkling that might happen today. But yeah, from here on in, I just want Rovers to just keep the pressure on the Crusaders, shut them out, cut out the silly little errors, I mean. Just slips and slides, and I tell you what, I think he's been knocked out there. His head found Jason Chan's knee there, I think, in the tackle. Because Reece Lovegrove very rarely stays down, and I tell you what, he's out for the count there. He just slipped as the tackle came in. Jason Chan's knee just very much accidentally, folks. Certainly no malice. It's just unfortunate there. Reece Lovegrove just slipped as the tackle came in, and his head came into contact with, I think it was Jason Chan's knee. And that was one big knee, as Mike has just pointed out. And yeah, it could be in a bit of trouble there, actually. Certainly be wondering where he is. I can tell you right now, Reece, you're at Craven Park, sunshine. Ronye. Terrible joke there from Mike. I'm not going to repeat it. It's whether that, at least it was clean, yeah. It was one of those, shooting stars moment. Tumbleweed going across the Craven Park pitch. From Mike's little jest. So Rovers, when the game restarts, will be more or less on their own 10-metre line. As hopefully Reece has come round and is hopefully okay. Mick Vella waiting on the touchline to come on straight away for him. It's a bit worrying times for Reece. Still hasn't come round yet, I don't think. I think they're just being careful. I think they're just making sure he hasn't done any other damage to the neck and spine, making sure that everything's okay before he starts moving and getting up. Making sure his neck's okay, making sure his spine's okay. I'm not sure they're not going to. Yeah, it's a good sign. He's sat up. He's going to try and stand up now. He's Reece. He's back on his feet. They'll be coming straight off, I think. Big round of applause, and credit to the Crusader fans there applauding as well. One hell of a big knock he's taken there. I don't think he really need that. He capped it all off there. Nice one, Michael. Rovers now driving the ball in, getting across the 10. Rovers looking very industrious with the ball in hand. Looking to get this ball out wide and look for gaps and look for the offloads at every opportunity as Clint Newton runs that ball in. Fisher looking very busy. It's a big boot there from Michael Dobson early in the tackle count. It's a great kick. It might just run dead though. No, it stood up. And it's a great chase. Benke Kane again there. As Chrissy Wellham goes in and mullers him, and Benke Kane gives support. Great chase from Hull Rovers, and Crusaders find themselves back deep in their own territory, just across their own 10-metre line. And surely that was a knock on. I've seen them given before. Well, Mr. Bentham saying that Mick Vella slipped off the shoulder and got round the chops there, and it's another relieving penalty for the Crusaders. Witt getting a bit of leather on that one. It's a good 15-20 yards. So Crusaders with the ball on their own 40. Witt gives that ball on, and Adam Peake takes it in and gets tackled strongly. Lupton does it very, very strong. Gets a good 15 yards there, does Peter Lupton. Crusaders trying to be industrious themselves with the ball in hand. Great offload. But Lupton doesn't get anywhere and loses it. And Jason Netherton says, "Thank you very much." Got to admit, I think there was a Rovers hand in that, assisting it. But we'll take it. Thank you very much. It's maybe payback for the decisions recently that haven't gone our way. Fisher gives the ball on to Bengalere, who's looked very dangerous and looked in really good form as Bengalere in this match. tackles coming in. Needs to be from the Crusaders as Rovers looking to burst through and run angles and run little gaps. Good little kick from Scott Morrell. Notice that Gareth Thomas had moved up a bit early. Good kick, puts the pressure back on the Crusaders. Deep in their own half again. They'll have a scrum on their own 10-yard line. This is what we want from Rovers. Put the pressure on 10, the screw. Make sure the Crusaders don't get a sniff of another score. This is where we want Rovers to be just as clinical as what Saints were against us. As clinical as their Leeds or, Warrington this season. We want Rovers to put a big scoreline on Crusaders here. Not just that, but also I want to see our defence shut them out. 4 points is enough for them. Let's just keep them out. Let's not let them get another score. Let's put down a marker for the rest of the season, Mike.
Yeah, like I said earlier, take them to clear this, Dave. Pressure there from the Rovers' oncoming players. Forced the error from the Crusaders. Rovers it is then. We'll have just about the last chance in this half to score. Wheeled in, big side step. Winterstein fell for it. Dobson goes left. Galea again looking to take him on down fridges. Briscoe just steals inside, goes round. Ooh, nearly got to the line. Brought down 5 metres short. Plays that ball pretty quickly. Great quick play the ball. Misses out Wallen. Dobson there, pops it inside to Scott Wilden. What could Scott Wilden do? Scott Wilden just goes straight to ground. Somewhat of a steady for Rovers, we'll call that one. Fisher. Misses out his man again. This time, tackled in the air. No, he's given a knock on. Mr. Bentham says no, he won't take it out in the air. Ridiculous this isn't really. Still, never mind. You're just questioning the fact, as is allowed to do, of course. Just under a minute left here at Craven Park then. Been a great half so far for Rovers. Mr. Bentham has had a good game today. Myself and Dave have come to the conclusion that slating the referees gets us nowhere, so we're not going to do it this season. Well, for the rest of this season. I think it makes us sound a bit peevish sometimes and blame the referee for all the decisions. All we do is we try and call it like we would if we was in the stand, Dave, don't we? If we don't agree with the referee decision, we'll let them know that we think he's a great bloke. So Witt on that far side passes that ball out, and the Crusaders steal a few yards forward. Wellman Neverton affect the tackle then. Peak again, runs forward, big tackle there from Wielden, but fails to bring him down. Oh, Peter Fox just grabs on him there. Winterstein going nowhere. Great tackle from Peter Fox. Jared Sallet then. Right, be back to one, I would think. Should be back to one. Yes, back to one it is. Fair decision. Last tackle of the game then. He'll just put this ball nowhere. Oh, they've got players on that far side too. Wellham looking for the big tackle on him. Doesn't get it, but does take him out. He's going to take that ball to ground. It's Jason Chan. It's not Jason Chan by mistake. Great half from Rugby League here in the first half from Rovers then. Half-time score at Craven Park. 5 tries, 5 goals, 30 to Rovers. Just 1 try for the visitors. The Crusaders makes it 4. 30 points to 4 then, Alex. Jason Chan looks to be in trouble on that far side. We'll see how he comes out the next half. Half-time score at Craven Park. Looking to Rovers 40, 30. To make some great bits. Wildcats. Crusaders 4.